Hello there, this is SD. I hope that everything is well with you. We last time out had a rather rough run on Zoltan Sea, but we did manage to prevail. We turned things around in the mid-game by finally starting to make some scrap and adding some weapons that turn things around. Playing Slug B today, which is a weird boarding ship. The central gimmick of this ship is that you don't have a medical unit. You have to use this heal bomb. The other thing about it is that it's a teleporter ship, but it doesn't have the best boarding crew on the, certainly in the game. But it's an okay ship. It's a boarding ship that has an Artemis missile as boarding support, and that on its own is pretty reasonable. This Nebula jump sucks, and we're not too keen on Nebulas anyway, because even though we have slugs in there, I suppose we could get the teleporter blue option event, that's nice, but we are more likely to fight auto scouts there, and we're not in a good position about fighting them, so. Let's go here first. Yuck. We're going to board this ship now. Slug B is a ship where using maneuvers like the safety dance is more important than on any other boarding ship, I think. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to board here. And what we want to do is to quickly run when they come in, get some punches, and then move as far away from the piloting as possible. They're going to run their pilot out to come catch up with us. And then we're going to go here. And we're using this. Okay, that's odd. I don't know why they didn't actually send the pilot after me there. That's a huge dodge. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting some 2v1. And we can keep running them around. Because they have a basic laser, I'm going to shoot this again before we board a third time. I'm going to actually try to fix oxygen before I leave, because I don't want to get back and find I have no air. Draw more people after me. Go over there. And yeah, we're just basically going to keep kiting them like this. I'm going to need to use the heal bomb in advance here because I really do not want to lose crew. But in a moment we're going to kill this NG, and that will mean we have a permanent outnumber advantage. Yeah, we had to use more missiles in this fight than I would have liked, but we get crew on the first jump, and that's really, really good. So I'm going to put, I value having somebody with an extra crew member, I value having somebody on weapons more than I value having them on engines, for much the same reasons that I discussed when we were playing Mantis A. Although, not quite entirely the same, because on Mantis A you also have an NG, so it's even more so. But, and I value the slugs in my systems more than I value a human. Okay, we have a store immediately. I'm going to take at least one more jump before I hit there. Now, we could buy a medical unit right away by selling the slug repair gel and the heal bomb. I would probably do that for a clone bay. I would be less keen on doing it for a med bay. Yeah, let's check this out and see if we can get some more scrap. Unfortunately, we have another. We can't really kite this ship because, well, they only have 2 crew over there. But we can, so we're not kiting to use the safety dance, but we can kite just to keep them running around until we can send a second wave over, and then we win easily. Flash shields. That was a bit early. There we go, we blocked that. Artemis missile this. Oh good, we got a fire in there. That's gonna drag them in and buy us time. We need to be a little bit careful here, because the solar flare can hurt us even if it's setting fires on their ship. And of course it could hit our shields, so I'm going to preemptively vent the shields. But we should now have this. Swap my main boarding crew in now that they've been softened up. There we go. We are most likely going to take another solar flare before we can get out, but we'll see. Actually, man, maybe that'll make the difference. Nope. Oh well. Now we're going to the store. We can get our shields up if nothing else here. Okay. This is nominally the sort of thing you should go for. If you wanted to do a meme run here, you would buy this. But I'm not interested in doing a meme run. I'm interested in actually trying to win. So as such, the thing to get here, you can't quite afford hacking unless you want to sell everything, and that's definitely not worth it because then you can't heal people. I'm going to just sell Slug Repair Gel and the Heal Bomb. I'm going to buy a Clone Die, and now I will buy the Shield Buffer. And one or two more fights, and we will be able to actually improve our shields. And then we'll basically just be a decent-ish boarding ship. Not fantastic, but... because the crew aren't great at this. But they're good enough. We will attack the pirates. With them not manning weapons, we should be able to knock that Burst 2 offline before they get to fire it. We can also kite these people very effectively because they have one and exactly one rock. Switch that off. Now we're going to get some 4v1 time against this human. Now, after recent disasters, I am not going to be speed hacking Clone Bay, even though... Oh, let's destroy the ship and salvage it. That should give us enough scrap to upgrade our shield. Yeah, I will not be speed hacking the Clone Bay, regrettably, now, because I've twice recently vented a bunch of my crew. Fortunately, in neither case did it actually make a difference. They were both in Sector 8 when I was already easily going to win. But if I vented 3 of my crew right now, that will be the end of the streak. And I'm not willing to risk that. So, we have to be patient. I am going to upgrade my shields, but I just want to have a quick look at the map first. Maybe there's another store. Nope, there isn't. Now, we could also use some more power, because this ship starts a little bit low on power for when you actually get your stuff upgraded. But yeah, now we're in a position where I should actually keep this seed thinking on it, because I could maybe go back to it to, since I know the first store has a reconstructive teleporter in it and you can get there with enough money for it, I could just reload from there and do a silly run. It is fun, because if you do buy a reconstructive teleporter on this ship and never buy a medical unit, you can actually add 4 special systems. It's the only ship that you can do that and still have shields. The stealth ships can do it as well by not buying a shield system, but I do not recommend either of those, honestly. But for a fun run, it is worth thinking about. I'm not using drone parts. It's kind of tempting to do that because I will want to get hacking soon, but you know, I might not actually be able to do so, and I'd rather focus on doing things that I know, on getting resources I know I can use. I can't really do the safety dance here because they have upgraded doors. But what I can do is just send a second lot of orders over. Actually, I don't even need to do that, I think, because of that fire. Yeah, we don't even need to do that. They're taking enough damage from this that we just win with our initial 2. Now that is the event, as you can see there, which I'd mentioned before, the engine hack event, where you only get a medium scrap reward for crew killing. But, you know, I don't want to spend the missiles that I would need to get a ship kill there on the off chance that I get a random reward. In a normal situation, I favor blowing the ship up instead of crew killing, but not when I'm a boarding ship. Unless I'm a boarding ship that has had like a weapon drop, or I'm playing Lanius B or something. This does have an easier time than most boarding ships into transitioning to becoming a gunship, simply because you don't start with level 1 weapons. But it still isn't an easy, simple thing to do, and it is generally not my recommended play. Sure, take that. And let's immediately go to the quest marker. Give me free stuff. Let's just make sure that I have another jump here. Yes, I do. So I'm going to go here, there, and I might be able to squeeze this in. I'm not sure quite how much the nebula will slow them down. I don't think I will be able to. I think I have to go to the nebula and then out. Aid the civilian ship. It's exactly the same layout as the last time, except they don't have upgraded doors. Let's run them over here, and then run them back. Actually go in here. Drop a missile on their head. We don't need a second boarding team here because we missiled them and also one of their crews in NG anyway. 2. Nice! That was not due to the crew kill boarding reward, or the crew kill reward, I should say. That weapon drop was just part of that specific event. It's the helping the civilian ship reward. And that isn't affected, I think, by whether you crew kill or not. Most importantly, that means if we see a store with hacking, we can sell the charge 2 for it. I mean, I'd obviously even rather keep the charge 2, but options. Options are good. Yeah, we're gonna just go nebula and out. Hopefully this is the teleporter blue option that gives you crew, but it isn't. What are you hacking? Great, the only thing that you could have hacked that was actually dangerous. Yippee. And that's level 2, so we're gonna get hit here. I would have been able to sit here and train, but I obviously can't do that with my shields hacked. So we'll just spend a bunch of missiles. Hopefully we can take piloting out on this one and thus guarantee it's only 4 missiles that we spend. But no. Obviously, had they not hacked my shields, my first missile would have gone into piloting to minimize the risk of evades. Yeah, 5 missile fight, although we did get 2 back. Fights like that are one of the reasons I did not want to trade missiles away from something that we aren't currently using. Investigate. We are gonna... Normally I take the top option because this has a chance to get crew and scrap, but it also has a chance to be nothing. This is guaranteed to be an NG. We won't get any scrap out of it, but we still get an NG, and that's very, very good. You can take over weapons. Actually, no. You go in there, you go in engines, and you can be my run-around fixing thing guy. We do not want to deal with Zoltan shields, and civilian sectors are better anyway. Take one more jump, because I want one more scrap. Actually, we can go distress here, store, and then onwards. Most likely means we're not going to be able to get to that, the nice nebula down here, but so be it. Stores are more important. This ship is a little spooky. We are going to board, and in order to kite, we need to smash a door down. And now we can run back and forth between these two rooms. If we time this right, we might even be able to get the Mantis as they run through weapons, but no such luck. Here, you go in here, these two go over here. Keep pulling the NG, because I absolutely do not want that NG fixing stuff. We're going to wait until one of them actually dies to missile the Klondike. Let's board two people more. Dolphin flip. And they die. Asteroid-related incident. Everyone be vented. Sadly, we can't quite afford cloaking if we see it there. I obviously prefer to get hacking, but like if I had a choice between cloaking and nothing, I would take cloaking, but this sells for 35. It takes me just short. I'd have to sell the Artemis missile and that would as well, and that would not be worth it. The Artemis missile is so useful at being able to knock weapons offline, which a cloaking unit obviously can't do. And I can't delay going to the store anymore. So. Doesn't matter, there's none of those things here. There are some mid-tier weapons that I'm not bothering with because I can just upgrade onto the Charge 2, which I really only need to pop Zoltan shields anyway. I'm going to not spend any scrap and continue onwards. Or should I buy a little tiny bit of repair? Let's see. If I sell for 35... If I get to where I just need 12 more scrap to get that to 150, that way I only need one medium scrap reward, so that would be... So selling it would get me to 145. To get to 12 I would need to be at 139, so I can do that. And now I can still afford to buy cloaking by selling just the Charge 2 and getting one more medium scrap reward. This doesn't see anything more than that because we've already seen this jump. We have a clone bay and an NG. We have reasonable distress options now. We can take this. Cool. Yeah, you can in fact beat the giant alien spiders. It just doesn't happen very often. Or, you know, it happens less often because, generally speaking, it's not worth risking it. No. I need to make just any amount of more scrap. Okay, cool. And there's two stores and I have no way of knowing which is better. This lower one seems to lead to me getting more jumps, so I'm going to that. It's not possible because of how close to Fleet Pursuit is for me to take one and then double back if the store is bad. So it's just completely random. No systems. We're going to buy this heavy laser one because I can use that to pop Zoltan shields right now. Also, they once again have reconstructive teleport. I'm going to once again not buy it. So yeah, this means we can deal with Zoltan shield ships without having to upgrade our weapons. That ultimately saves us money in the short term, at least. Do I have enough time here for 3 nebula jumps and 1 non-nebula jump? I think so. So let's go here, 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 there, out. Teleporter blue option? Come on, give me my teleporter blue option. I want a free mantis. Well, we get borders with scrap instead, that's fine. Like all the slug ships, this ship starts with upgraded doors, which is kind of useful. And then you can send someone in to man the doors and get them even further upgraded. I will use the speed hack to refill my oxygen. Apologies for the thunderstorm, or what sounded like one. Regrettably, we picked a trash route. Nothing we can do about that. It's not like we could have known. Okay, we will attack the black market weapons trader. They have 2 crew, one of whom is a rock, so we can do some pretty aggressive kiting stuff. We just want to take this missile offline. We eat 1 missile, but then it's done. Don't need a secondary boarding team here. We are almost back to being able to afford cloaking territory by selling the charge 2. We need 3 more scrap for that. And really all we need in the next little while is to get, ideally a bit more and better crew, but it's not urgent. Much more essential is getting hacking, getting cloaking. What's your specialty? No, I'm not getting an expensive door upgrade that I'll probably never need. There are more stores in Zoltan, and we do have a way to get through Zoltan shields. However, I still don't think it's worth taking that risk. Because, sure, you can't fight Zoltan bombers in Zoltan 3, but you can still fight Zoltan ships that have, Zoltan shield and an Artemis missile. And, I'm firing at them with a heavy laser. What they dodge a couple, it takes ages to get through. It can lead to really bad cascades. It could also be a Force Zoltan 4. I mean, this could be Force Zoltan 4 anyway, because they might both be, but with the Nebula we have more options, and there's some good blue options in Nebulas around having a teleporter. Nebulas, I think, are a little bit more likely than mini sectors to give you crew. And on a boarding ship, that is quite desirable. We also know that if there's a non-nebula store, it's at one of these 2 jumps, which is very useful information, I find, to have. And you can narrow this sort of thing down with nebula sectors that you can't do with other sector types, because in other sector types, stores can appear in any beacon that's not in a nebula. Obviously, we can't know where the store that is in the nebula is, assuming this isn't one of the weird uncharted nebulas that spawned without any stores at all. But those are extremely rare. Are basically down to a map generation bug. Fortunately, they did not try to punch through to where those two guys are because there are three of them. So, only one jump left where there could be a non-nebula store. I'm gonna let them board me first, and then I will board them, because we can vent this mantis. Punch through the door so I can kite them. It's more important to take that missile offline than it is to try to deal with the med bay at the moment. Excellent. Let's kite. I am, however, now going to missile the med bay. That should have killed them, yeah. Oh, for the love of God, I boarded with only one person. Whatever. We have 3v2, that's good enough. Get dolphin flipped. And there is a store. But before we go there, let's get our crew cloned. You don't have... yeah, you have one dodge. I'm not wasting time trying to preserve that. Should I try to take another jump in order to maximize the odds of being able to afford cloaking without selling the charge 2? I feel like I probably should. The danger of doing this is basically if I go here and there's no scrap there, or even if there is and I go to the store and it's not relevant, there's not systems or anything, it's more difficult for me to get to these jumps up here, which could have the nebula store. I've actually persuaded myself out of doing that on that basis. Okay. There is a flak here. If we get the flak, we could actually transition to being a gunship pretty easily. My worry about getting it, though, is that it could take me away from being able to afford my critical systems. And as I've said, I don't generally favor moving away from being a boarding ship. I find that the opportunity costs are generally too high. Scanners are interesting here. I feel like they are probably bait. Although, if I bought scanners, it would get me to 109. I could still sell scanners and charge 2 for cloaking if we saw both of them. Or if we saw cloaking, rather, without being able to make any more scrap, we'd just sell both of them. The other thing that's very interesting here is the explosive replicator. That would allow me to spam Artemis missiles like crazy. And then the final option, well, I mean, there's other options, but another option is just stand pat, keep going, look for more stores. There's going to be another store in this sector in all likelihood. And we can look to get systems there. I feel like standing pat is the wrong play because given that scanners are so cheap and don't affect my ability to afford cloaking, even if I make no scrap between now and the next store, I feel like I would always want to buy scanners rather than do nothing here. But therefore, the question is whether or not I should also or instead buy one of the other things. Because if I buy one of those other things, I probably don't buy the scanners because then it takes me way too low below, let alone cloaking. It takes me below being potentially able to afford hacking. If I buy flak, I go down currently to 75 scrap. I would most likely sell immediately the charge 2 because I'm never. If by the time I would be able to bring that online with my other weapons, the run should be over. And I can use the 35 scrap to immediately upgrade my weapons to run flak heavy, or just to use it to get back to a above hack buffer into within reasonable striking distance of cloaking. I feel like since I have 26 missiles that flak is better than the explosive replicator, as much as I like adding explosive replicator on this ship. I think I have enough missiles to play with, especially if I get the flak. I can, in a lot of situations, like auto ships, run flak heavy. We're doing it. And yeah, I'm going to sell this immediately and do that. We'll have a hard time running this, but we'll, in this sector at least, we're mostly only going to be doing that for auto ships. I'm very sad to pass on the scanners and the replicator, but how dare you call me repugnant? We still haven't bought any power in this one, of course, but we can vent this idiot. We are going to get hit by this burst too, and there's not a great deal we can do about that. Why did I not actually open the doors properly? I could try to do this without spending another missile, but on the other hand, as just established, we have loads of the goddamn things. Let's just missile their cloaking down and have done with it. Okay. No way we ever use that, considering the weapons we already have, and how it completely does not pair with them even as something to upgrade onto, but it sells for a reasonable amount. We now could afford cloaking by selling multiple things. It would suck, but... you two get vented, and you. Let's have a quick look at the map. Good. I don't actually want to see another store again so soon. Chain ion sells for... Does it sell for like 30? Let's look at my tracker because I honestly don't remember. 27. So we currently have 123 scrap if we sell that. 1 or 2 more scrap rewards gets us back to within cloaking range. We are clearly going here. That sees by far the most. We will attack this pirate. Yuck. Let's kite them a bit. This ship is really, really fucking annoying. Let's drop a missile on this mantis. Ah, I hit one of my own guys as well, damn it. Okay, well they've swapped to their least dangerous weapon, that's a good thing. Also, don't do that. Now we'll do that. We are also going to send another wave of slugs. I still need to deal with their fucking medical unit, but it's most important to get control of the fight. There we go. If we have to spend a bunch of missiles, so be it. We can kill this human at least. Even the mantis is going to struggle to fight a 4v1. Get down there to stop the Zord from fixing things. Cool, more crew. Go fix that. And we now have exactly 150 scrap if we sell the chain ion. We will also now switch over to boarding with the 2 humans as the least valuable crew, since there's no difference in terms of fighting ability between them and the slugs. We'll have a double slug team as our backup boarders. You can go into shields, I guess. Means we'll now have a full-time... Actually, since we are going to do this, let's move NG into weapons. We'll have 1 slug who is full-time on piloting, the NG who is full-time on weapons. And when we need to send secondary boarders, we use these 2 who are close to the teleporter. Store. I am going to take another jump or 2, because if there's cloaking there, I want to be able to get that and actually be able to afford to get some repairs. We will attack the auto ship, who is mind controlling my feeble-minded humans. I think we're going to take 1 volley here. Oh no, we're not. Cool. Our weapons got over just in time. Free money. These 2 don't need venting, they're close enough. Nice! Damn, now I wish I had that explosive replicator, because we could spam small bomb Artemis. Which is very, very good if you've never done that. There are some old runs on this channel, I'm sure, where I've used that strat before, where I've spammed like small bomb, breach bomb, or something like that with a replicator. Oh well. This does open up being able to sell the Artemis, because frankly the small bomb is basically just a better Artemis. They do 2 damage to a system and use a missile, but the small bomb is slightly slower, I suppose, but it can't be intercepted. But I'm not going to be quick to sell the Artemis because it doesn't sell for very much anyway, so what's the point? Make at least one more jump before the store. And get nothing. Okay, they have cloaking. Full repair. So, now we just need to... Well, we want to get some power, and we'd like to upgrade our cloaking reasonably soon. But we're not far off being able to afford hacking. This ship can't get through our shields for a while. Let's see... I don't actually have enough power for this. Okay, I'll just use bombs then. You can board, you go down there. You two go board them now. Let's do the venting properly this time. I think I can deal with this ship with just a bomb into their medbay because it will take quite a while before this chain ion can do anything to me. And I also have cloaking, which delays it even further. Don't even need to cloak when the projectile's in the air. More humans! That does mean I can't buy a power bar, which is what I'd like to do right now, but whatever. I feel like I've done pretty well to not buy a single power bar on this ship into late Sector 3, but we're starting to reach the end point where that is viable. Now I have a full-time engine slug, because you can actually go stand in doors. Actually, no, you'll stand in shields, and the slug who I had in shields will go to doors. I like slugs in doors in addition to piloting because you can't have somebody mind control you in a bad boarding event and then you lose your upgraded doors and things can escalate. It's not as important as having a slug on piloting, but if you have a second full-time slug, I often like putting them indoors. Full-time slug. Slugs are always full-time slugs. What I mean to say is one that is never used for boarding. Oh, yuck. I would just board them, but we are severely short of power, so... These weapons are too dangerous for us to... Oh, for God's sake. Okay, let's switch over to this. You guys run in here and try to keep these up. I can spam one into weapons, ideally. No, doesn't look like they're gonna get that. Oh, they got it out just in time. Good work. Ha. Okay, fortunately this ship, which could have had level 3 piloting, did not. That hack on my doors is actually really bad, because it means I can't vent the fire of my shields. Well, okay, the shield held up there for just a moment longer, and that was good enough. Go fix things. Good. Got a breach. Fight is over. Give me my low scrap reward. Yeah, typically there I would have been willing to board directly into weapons, but it's just I couldn't power my shields and my weapons and my teleporter to do that. Just not feasible. Yeah, I think before we can start saving for hacking, we need to get a little bit more power, and yeah, we want cloaking 2 and engines 3. Those are basically safety things. With that amount of time you can buy while under a cloak and that level of engines, you should at least be able to escape from any of the significantly more dangerous ships that start turning up in Sector 4. But of course it depends on what sector that we go into. I'd like to also upgrade the teleporter, but that's a I would like to situation rather than a it would make things faster to win fights, but it would not necessarily help us. Hey, if we had gone to that Zoltan sector, it would have been for Zoltan 4, but instead we get to go to a civilian sector. And we're going to take this big nebula to farm up scrap. The earliest, if there's not a store there, the soonest there could be a store is like one of these jumps, and we get many before we need to consider that. Fuel situation is not great. Fight them in there. Good. Ooh, we got a fire. Nope. More humans. That is one of the stores. Great. I think we have to go there and buy fuel. It's a shame, but we're really, really low on fuel. Likely delays us being able to get hacking unless we can get it at a second store later in this sector. But that's the way it goes sometimes. They didn't have it anyway, so... why did I buy a drone part? I don't even have a system. Whatever. Being aspirational. Oh, okay. We get a person who's not a human, so... I hope you enjoyed your brief stint on our ship. Rock and human as our primary boarding team. Hopefully over time we will replace all of these humans with, like, mantis and stuff. Okay, what are you hacking? Okay, nothing too bad. Let's immediately board into their, I just wanted to make sure they weren't hacking my Klondike. we'll just punch their weapons down. Yeah, we now can't take damage. So, having managed to secure that situation, we'll continue punching the weapons down. Once they're completely broken, we'll switch our shields off and turn our weapons on. I'm waiting until the weapons are completely broken, not just when they're not powering either of them. And let's immediately reboard here before they can get it fixed any further. We will eventually get either a set of shots through where we can damage the shields, or I'll just board the shields directly. Actually, I'll board piloting and break that. There we go. This might be piloting free, but thankfully it's not. Hit that hacking, since it is more than hacking 1 and therefore could eventually suffocate us. Actually, do that. And cloaking will be next upgrade. We can risk this. Do we want another NG? Since they suck at boarding, I'm actually going to just stick at the NG we have now. Then we have 3 humans and a rock as our boarding team. Feels weird, but it is the preferable option here, I believe. Power these both up so that I can potentially just chuck them into that system if it becomes needed. Wait until after they fire this. We actually don't need to. Good. It was just a little awkward there because I couldn't be sure what order they were going to bring their weapons down in. And that missile was obviously a threat. Admittedly, we've had so many crew drops here that if we lost some, seemingly we would just be back at max crew 2 jumps later. Conventional guns out. See if you two can break piloting before you die. Rocks are pretty good for boarding auto ships because they have more health, so they just take a long time to die. All crew types do the same amount of damage to systems, so there's no downside to doing that. It's just they will do more damage than other crew types, other than crystals, who have fewer hit points but have they take less damage from suffocation. But obviously you're not getting crystal crew on very many runs. Okay. We still don't see a store. That is good. I think it must be one of the reasons. Like our drone parts, of course, we've not used a single one in the entire run since we can't. And we accidentally bought one even, and we're still in single digits, and I feel like that's because we've had a lot of crew drop rewards, and those don't give... It's also why we were so low on fuel, because those crew drop rewards are low scrap, and they don't give any resources. We've already seen these two jumps. So let's go here. We can circle down if we need to. Cool, we can afford hacking now by selling that. So we want to go here. This is a map if you fight the ship. But it's only a low scrap reward. It's also an auto assault ship, which means they have at least a drone and could be double drones. Gonna use the blue option. Means we don't get scrap, but risking that fight for a low scrap reward does not feel worth it to me. If I take this distress beacon, I think I can't take this fight. At the moment I can go 1, 2... So yeah, do that. They have hacking stun. Don't buy hacking stun. Hacking stun is bad. Boo! Well, we'll be back to being... We could actually afford hacking right now by selling the Artemis, which we would do, since, as mentioned, the small bomb does basically the same thing. Let's let you board, and then we'll board you. Vent these idiots. Nice dodge. They don't have a medical unit, this is good. Yeah, if we had the explosive replicator, we could be doing that the whole of this run. Very sad. We don't even need to port again. I could allow myself at this point, when I know the clone bay is on, to turn speed hack on, but I just don't want it to get. I don't want it to become a habit. I want to break it. I'm a very habit-driven person. I do dumb stuff just because it feels like it's what I should be doing, and if I get complacent about it, I'll just vent my own crew again. I blame my stupid brain. What's your specialty? We'll take that because we can still sell the Artemis for hacking. Yeah, let's go to Mantis Homeworlds. We might be able to find Kazakh. Although, currently we would not be able to get the proper reward from Kazakh because we need to upgrade Clone Bay. I will do that for the opportunity of it, but not until I have... You know, I can do it while keeping 80 scrap. As we have been many times. Shut those weapons down. human's gonna die, who cares? There's plenty more where he comes from. I thought that was down. I suppose I shouldn't have risked it, but again, it doesn't matter to any significant degree. The high fuel reward there was very, very appreciated. I can now do this because I can once again sell the Artemis missile. This is useful, a useful upgrade anyway, both for the sake of my sanity since it clones people faster, but more importantly for protecting, giving it a buffer. But yeah, it also means that if we get the Kazakh quest event, we can get it, which is the reward from that quest is very, very good. Let's go here. If we see a store up there, we end up going there. Otherwise, we circle down towards the bottom. We might miss this jump, but I don't see any way to not miss that. Well, that doesn't involve missing all this stuff down at the bottom. Obviously, mathematically, that's just a losing proposition. Cloak now. Oh, you two get in there. This buys time to charge my weapons and disable that shit. I will not be able to clone after this fight, which is irritating. And I thus must make sure that my crew don't die. If I had a Zoltan, I could risk it, but yeah, that can happen. And if any of my crew die while my clone bay is ionized, they're dead forever. More fuel rewards. This does mean if that distress beacon turns into a fight, it could be quite awkward, but we may just be able to skip a fight. And if we can't skip it, we might be able to just run flak heavy and win that way. Let's get out of here. Cool. We defeat the giant alien spiders again. Getting cloaking all the way up now. I can still afford hacking while doing that. Yeah, now there shouldn't be anything that can kill us unless we really fuck up. You know, we have, out of every 20 seconds, 15 of them the enemy can't charge their weapons or fire at us. That's quite strong. There are a lot of players who seem convinced that, you know, you don't need to upgrade cloaking, it's fine to just have it at level 1, and I think there's not much appreciation among certain players of just how valuable a resource time is in this game. Okay, we get a double scrap possibility here. Come on over. No, thank you. If one missile hitting was guaranteed to knock this offline, I would pre-cloak. But because it isn't, and they might, you know, be able to dodge one of these, I'm gonna just hold my cloak in case. Turns out we didn't need it, but that's fine. Jorlak, no. Still no sign of a store. Next upgrade will be teleporter. I'd like to push that to level 3 as soon as possible, but not until unless we have hacking buffer. So we're gonna go here next and then up, unless we spot a store over there. Or should I go here first? Yeah, this sees more actually, and they're earlier in the sector. Go here first. Yuck. This double drone situation is too dangerous for me to be able to just board into piloting. I need to be able to break these things. Okay. I spammed 2 in there because they might have had level 3 piloting. They didn't, but I had no way to be sure of that. Not sure what that bomb is. And I'm glad that I'm not presently on pace to find out. I mistimed that. Nope. I'm pretty sure that's an ion bomb just from how slow it was being. And I do not need an ion bomb going into my clump and ruining my day. There we go, there's a store. That significantly reduces our chance of finding Kazakh, because afterwards we're forced to go to a distress beacon, and Kazakh is definitely not at the distress beacon. But I mean, there's a pretty good chance we've gone past the Kazakh beacon anyway. It would be nice if we can find it, but it's not essential by any means. Damn it. Sure, that could be a store. one shield bubble this late in the run. I don't care that you have mind control, this is a potential double scrap reward. Let's not waste missiles here. Just rush them. That is level 2 mind control, but whatever. I mean, it's nice this was a store. They don't have the only thing that I'm particularly interested in finding at a store, but hey. We don't need to vent these two because we're gonna jump twice before we get another, can have another fight, because jumping to the next sector counts, and that's never, the entry beacon is never a fight. We are clearly going civilian, not Zoltan. Well, we have potentially 3 stores here, since we know that that quest is an escort, which could be a store. We'll go there first. Or should we? I'm wondering about going to the store first, because there's hacking there. We can then deal with the quest in case it's a fight. Nah, I'm just gonna go to the escort thing, and it is indeed a fight. But it's not a particularly dangerous one, it appears to me. That does make things a little annoying, but we basically just need to make sure our crew do not die. One missile in weapons will also basically gain us control of this fight, since they need both these weapons to hurt us. Well, actually the charge 2 can hurt us on its own. We have freedom to run around this ship though, so let's take advantage of that and send over even more boarders. Among the other things that people underestimate in this game is the value of just spamming your enemy with an enormous number of boarders. They don't even need to be good boarders, it's just sheer numbers will win out. You guys get... Ooh, not yet, not yet. That was a close call. You two aren't being vented, so come on back. Everyone else is. The Rock obviously is immune to that kind of treatment, so... Since we know we have 1 and possibly 2 stores next to us, we're obviously saving our scrap. Give me hacking already, you miserable bastards. I'm gonna go here just to see if there's a store in that beacon, because this sector could have 3 stores in it. One missile into weapons gives us security here. Let's run them around because they have rocks over there and they're slow. Not as slow as I would like them to be, though. Okay, fine, this is a 6-person job since they have multiple mantis and a rock over there. Did I just pull crew back? I did, didn't I? That was fucking stupid. I did not intend to do that, I hit the wrong button. The perils of using the keyboard for this, I guess. Getting there. These 2 slugs might actually end the battle since they're all wounded. Yeah, this is why level 3 cloak is so good. Ooh, speaking of so good. Yeah, well, we couldn't see that beacon anyway. I think it would show if it had been a store, even if it was in the process of being taken over. Okay. Hooray! We have level 3 cloaking and level 3 hacking immediately. And now we will just go and thrash the game. Eventually we probably want to replace the Artemis with, I don't know, a burst laser or something like that. But we'd otherwise just need upgrades, and not even very many of those because our cloaking and hacking are already fully upgraded. Look out, the NG is upon us. We don't need to use a missile here. Punch them. NG dies over on my ship because he can't be warped back, and we just win. I would upgrade my engines, but I don't have 100% Cloak Evade anyway, so we'll hold off on that. Hopefully we can find a fight where we can like put a breach in an auto scout and leave them with like a heavy laser left at the end so that we can get evade training. We're going to go to the distress beacon and then through these nebula jumps and around. We're entirely willing to dive now. We just need to make scrap. Sure, we have an NG. And advanced cloaking, which they're both high scrap rewards for that event. Now we'll push shields. We'll try to save maybe 100 scrap for stores in case of weapons. gonna punch this down, and when that is completely broken, we'll spam a couple missiles into their weapons. Or switching over. There we go. Let's hit the cloaking so that they can't buy loads of time for them to flee in case they manage to get their piloting fixed. There we go. We don't need to board them again. We will attack this ship. Yeah, just come in here. We shouldn't need to use a bomb at all. You need venting, you don't, you do, you don't. I'll jump to the exit and then I'm gonna dive past it. Say, despite, you know, mourning the loss of the explosive replicator, we've actually pretty effectively been able to spam Artemis and Small Bomb in a lot of fights anyway, which has been pleasing. Scrap some of the debris, give us stuff. Go down here in case there's another store down in this corner. Fight the auto ship. We could theoretically like cloak hack cycle these guys. And then use the ion to train, but that would be very tedious and I don't have that much time, so I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to punch the stupid missile down. Now I have to hack here because they theoretically could do that and then follow up by putting one into my clumper. And that would be a very, very sad way to lose a bunch of crew. Okay, good. Weapons are permanently offline. Which means that we win. I suppose I should train weapons here, but no. I was not entirely sure because of the time here whether I should actually start this run knowing I was going to play a boarding ship. I decided to just do it anyway. But being in that situation, I do not want to spend loads of time doing something I don't need to do. You fucking asshole. Can we hit the shields before they get their piloting back? Yes. Good. And that meant we could still do damage there even though they dodged a shot. Welcome aboard, Gracie. Chuck one of the humans offline. I don't really care which one. Double rock, double human boarding team. This one even has the correct skill. I don't think I have 3 jumps here. No. So let's just go here, here, out. I am going to get the next level of engines before the dive, even though it doesn't affect, it doesn't give me 100% cloak evade, but it will speed up me getting away from the ASB. You just distract him for a moment. That alone should be enough. Get in there. You go out there, punch him. We have a lot of mantis over there, my god. Got 4 of them. No, not you. Send you 2 over. How about? Nice double scrap reward. Examine the station. Good, we get a fight. So it's a kind of spooky fight. That's a lot of guys. Probably don't need to put a missile in there, but whatever. Although I haven't been exactly noting, I I'm guessing, considering that we've been able to keep our missile use up, I think a lot of our, and if you just look at the disparity in our resources, despite the fact we've only just got hacking this sector, I think we must have just repeatedly had, when it gives you resources with a reward, it picks 2 of the 3 at random, and I think we must have just repeatedly got fuel and missiles. Somebody can go back and count if they feel like it. I don't, but I feel like that has to be something along the lines of what has happened to explain why my drones are struggling to keep up despite having only just got a system that uses them at all, whereas my missiles, I have been using double missiles for quite some time and it doesn't matter. That is a very irritating spot for you to turn up. I kind of didn't want to run that slug over. I was going to just run the 2 rocks, but I decided when they started that I might as well take advantage of the fact they might actually reach that room in time to stop them from just busting the door down. If they're in your piloting room, in addition to messing up your evade, they also, more importantly, slow your ASB. Slow your FTL down, which you then use to not get hit by the ASB repeatedly. I don't want to deal with Abandoned 7. We could, but just go to a rock sector instead. Our borders can feel at home. Get the shield buffer, but I want to keep 100 scrap for offense at a store if we see it. We could easily win the run with just what we have here. It's just, it would be nice to have another conventional gun for killing the flagship reasonably quickly. And then we would junk the Artemis at last. Let it have an honorable retirement for its long service. Go here to see this beacon. I don't think I would go to a store there, but you know, if we do see one, we know there's only one left, and we can just go here, 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 still see everything. We will, unfortunately, in this sector be dealing with ships with loads of people who have lots of hit points and long cloaks, but what can you do? You get in there, you're going to lose that fight, given enough time, but we can send over more bodies if we have to. Get shields. No. More rocks. And no, that isn't a store. Good. This is a kind of appropriately rock ship, really. We're spamming missiles constantly. This is the Rock Homeworld quest. It sucks. The top two options are the same thing. They give you a quest where there's a fight at a solar flare. I'm gonna take it just because, if nothing else, I know a store isn't there. But also, like, that's a fight. You're supposed to let them go and you get another part of a quest line. You get the rock hull plating. I don't fucking care. If I go to that, I'm just gonna kill them. We don't have a backup battery, which is annoying. That is definitely one thing we would like to acquire in a store. These guys don't have a medical unit. That's good. Yeah, that's fine. Go and fix that. Hey, it came back. It's gonna be exactly the same end that it did last time. You don't need to be bent. We'll go top side first, and then we can circle down if needed. I would upgrade my shields here, but we can't spend any. Also, look, the drone parts. We don't get drone parts. So yeah, that's another thing we would like to go to a store for. As long as we don't run out of drone parts, we're completely safe. Let's investigate. Okay, that is... God, which of these quests was it? Bah. Doesn't matter. Go to the store. Oh, crystal lock bomb! We've already seen this jump, so we can actually go here, here, and if we don't see a store or any of these ones, we head towards the bottom side of the sector instead. Cool. We could buy that halberd beam. I don't think we would ever upgrade onto being able to use it, considering, you know, we're only at weapons 3 and we're going to be going into sector 8 soon. I would prefer something cheaper in terms of power. But if necessary, we can just go to weapons 5 and run these four guns. It's fine. Okay, this was the rock quest, but it's fine. We will kill these idiots. We just need to make sure they don't flee with our crew. But usually what ends up happening in this event is when the solar flare goes off, their crew end up scattering to try to fix stuff. Although in this case, that might not be necessary because they just flat out don't have very many crew. When we end the cloak, we can let them fire the heavy too, and then immediately engage hack. No, I should have left these up to take the med bay out. That was silly. Admittedly, we have killed quite a few of their crew anyway because they're locked in a room. Get in there, yeah. I do not feel any twinge of guilt whatsoever. Should I just jump out? Vent at least 2 of them, I think. You two, actually. Human and you. You go in there. We're gonna hit this next, which, if this is a fight of some kind, is most likely an auto scout. Well, we're not getting a backup battery, but we will buy this backup DNA back. And I think we'll buy the stealth weapons as well. And we don't seem to be able to get any other guns, so we'll just go with what we have. That's fine. Go like this. Search for the ship. It came back. Go and investigate and assess his mental state. Stable and with good intentions. Your intention is to go away. I don't need more humans. I've had quite enough humans on my ship today. No, we're about to get 10 fuel for free, and drum parts appear to be in short supply in this galaxy. So let's, that being the case, let's take a repair station. Okay, and hopefully we can get our shields all the way up. It depends on what we find. Okay, that hack is not too important. This is definitely a ship we could turn into a trainer, but because of the aforementioned shortage of time, I am not going to do that. If that results in us taking a point of damage later or whatever, who cares? I do need to hack the weapon stove so that they can't bomb my combat. I will also, in the interest of saving time, chuck a couple projectiles into their shields. Now we'll turn those off. Engage the cloak now because, yeah, they're going to do that at a certain point. Sadly, we're not finding very much scrap so far, so we may have to fight the flagship with 3 shield bubbles only. We will at least be able to get the buffer upgrade after this fight. Stop that from getting fixed, you go in there. Can't upgrade my shields with gratitude. I probably need to also get some buffers. I think we just have to go there and then the base, which sucks, but hopefully it's an outpost. Take that, weapons of the ship that I've already beaten. Prepare to fight the rebel ship. You go over there, the rock will take too long. Though actually, we may just win without needing to... Yeah, we just win without needing to send more boarders over. Too much gratitude, not enough scrapitude. I can do this. I can't comfortably power it, but what I can do is I can run it instead of these at the beginning of the phase at least. Hopefully they don't hack our oxygen, but you know, we have a clone bay with DNA bank, if worst comes to worst. I actually could have been using speed hack now, I realize, because of course I have a clone bay, there's no risk of me accidentally killing everyone. But whatever. Yuck. Let's reset that. We have to do a dive fight because of that, which is annoying. Of course, we don't have 100% evade against this ASB. Try doing it with level 1. Because I want to get the cloaking off cooldown as quickly as possible. These people are in a very awkward spot. Let's stick around and hope that I can get them sent back with sufficient persuasion via the method of fisticuffs to the face. Nice double mini beams, by the way. There we go. Now let's get out of here. Don't hack my shields again, okay? Okay, that's not nearly as bad as you might initially suppose. It's actually mostly just an annoyance. So, as long as we board right after the hack ends, teleporter goes on cooldown. That cooldown lasts 10 seconds. Their hack is on cooldown. That cooldown lasts 20 seconds. So as long as we depower it and wait for them to hack again. I didn't need to do that, but we could just cloak hack cycle it indefinitely, but I prefer to set the fight up so that I can be as lazy as possible and not need to actually execute at 100%. We could theoretically even take advantage of their hack on this, because if our teleporter were powered, it would warp all our crew back. We could, if these systems were both broken, use that to warp all of our people back at once. And I'm probably going to do that here, since if we send them back, we end up having to wait anyway. So let's put 3 points in here. Go ahead, engage your hack. Like, crew get drawn back. So I don't need more shield right now. And yeah, this goes on cooldown. Pull power. And after they next engage the hack, we can board them without needing to worry. Oh no, there's a fire in this room. Deliberately open the doors because I want them to be locked when they try to punch their way out, as they are about to start trying to do. Ah, they got through because I let them punch it a couple times. Whatever. Let them punch through to reset the door. My rocks are probably going to lose this encounter at any point, at any rate, since they're very low on health. Gracie there, staying alive on 1 health. I'm gonna literally just let you reset you. Go punch your way into shields, doesn't make things faster for later. Fighting here, they'll lose. Fine, they're insisting on doing that. Ah! Actually, I think one rock can win this, honestly, since there's fire. They might not kill, though. Let him in so that I can then finish him off in the locked room. I don't remember where I am in their hacking cycle. They may end up warping my guys back, but at this point it really doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, they are. Whatever. Put a small bomb into their engines. Their engines are only level 2 in this phase, so that means they can't dodge anything. Gonna preserve missiles at this point. Not even gonna bother to board again. Flak heavy will carry. We could train dodges against a triple laser if we put a breach in the beams there. I think I have evade trained against a flagship before, but it's funny, but not generally actually particularly important. If you're strong enough to put the flagship in that kind of condition, then you don't need to train anyway. So we've got a boarding drone coming over this phase. We can't actually run level 2 oxygen because we weren't able to get the scrap to buffer it. I'm going to just hold my remaining scrap to get another power bar before phase 3, since we don't need to buffer our piloting, particularly we have a slug pilot, and now that the phase 1 is over, we don't need to buffer oxygen either. So I'm actually going to board with a human and a slug here, because they actually can move with some kind of speed, so I can board them immediately into the I'll board them immediately into missiles, and they'll be able to break it before they ever fire, and then they'll probably run to drones. And yeah, if I tried doing that with the rocks, well, they're slow as fuck. Also, this Artemis missile isn't going to do anything until the defense drone is down, so that's what we distribute the power. Hey, that's convenient. Don't even bother opening the doors. Nice dodging. They shot down a heavy laser shot there because they were aiming at a flak projectile, missed, but hit the heavy laser. DD2 in disguise. Stay on your own ship. We have stealth weapons, so we can just do a big long cloak and they should be dead before they get to do another drone surge. get by. That would have been funny. I can't hack or teleport at the beginning of this phase, so we'll redistribute power around. Actually, we'll just put it like this, I guess. But we can get through the Zoltan Shield pretty quickly with our fast weapons and our stealth weapons. Augment. Oh, we got full evade while that was all going on. Cool. Yeah, mind control a rock, that's fine. Let's see if I can pull this off without pausing. No, apparently not. I paused just too late. Oh, come on. They go punch down their evade while we hack the shields. So much for that. It seemed like a reasonable idea. Missiles have held out for this whole run. And yeah, this should have been a zero damage fight if I hadn't decided to be arrogant. Actually, no, we would have taken damage there anyway. Whatever. Cool. Pretty straightforward, not very high scoring. I feel like we fought, yeah, we didn't get many fights, and that's crap. For being a boarding ship, that's just getting all those fucking crew rewards. You see here, we had 13 crew. That's why our scrap totals were so low. That's why we had very few drones, despite not getting hacking until quite late. But whatever, it was a pretty comfortable win for Slug B, which is not a very strong ship. So, 3, 2, 1. We have not done Rock A, I believe, on this streak. So that will be next. Let's just double check to be sure. No, I haven't done Rock A. Cool. I will see you for Rock A next time. Bye for now.